Crank it up, turn it down, vintage drum hardware. Vintage drum hardware.
Man, I've lived it. Way down.
The man knows.
It's from way back. The drums were great, but I don't know what the problem was with the hardware. That I know there's probably a segment in your show you're going to talk about embarrassing moments, and they almost exclusively had to do with failure of hardware.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the hardware today is wonderful. Especially, it's getting lighter, and the Yamaha Crosstown stuff is great. I think I see everybody carrying that stuff now. Even the younger guys, like, this is great.
Absolutely.
What am I carrying all this stuff for?
Yep.
It's fantastic. Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with John. I am turning it down. As far as functionality is concerned,
Right.
If you're gigging this stuff, no, it's not going to happen. I think it's cool as a conversation piece, having it there, like, okay, it's kind of neat. And if you have it just kind of set up, it's kind of rad looking. I like it. But as far as functioning, the tilters, the way they, tear up and fold up, hardware's come a long way. And I agree with what John said. I love the drums of the 60s. I think they're my favorite. That's my favorite era. Sure. I have two sets myself, from the 60s. And I don't play, when I use those drums, I use modern hardware,
right?
And that's because the hardware from that era just didn't function well.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna,
turn it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn it down. The drum hardware's come a long way.
Yeah, yeah. I'm cranking up the looks, turning down the practicality of it for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I think when you see some of these retro kits coming out, the old '60s sets, people acquire them. They polish them up and bring them out.
Yeah.
And you look at Slingerland, you look at Ludwig especially, where they have the rail consulate for the tom. That's turned down or it's removed, and they've got a snare stand.
That's right.
They just scratched it off.
Yeah.
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 I was gonna say, speaking of that, we rewrapped your '60s Ludwig kit here, which we do we do drum rewrapping. If you guys haven't seen it out there, we rewrap drums here at Drums Etc. If you want to restore it to look like it originally did, which is in this case what we ended up doing with the Silver Sparkle, bringing it back. But when we did that, I remember talking to you because I'd taken the brackets off, obviously to get the wrap off and to put it all back together. And then I ended up swapping the brackets because one of your brackets was the standard T wing nut, and the other one you still had to use the wrench to tighten and loosen. And we had a good conversation about that, about where is it more convenient to have that? Would you rather have that bracket for your, used for your cymbal stand? If you had one and the other, would you rather have it on your rack tom to get that on and off, or use it for the cymbal mount coming off the bass drum? Because 90% of the time with these vintage kits, it's the same mount, same hole spacing, same difference. But I remember that being just like so annoying. Like now you got to either keep your Ludwig wrench or have something that'll work just to be able to set up or tear down. That stinks. Yeah,
I mean, that rail consulate had nuts on it. You had to go get a wrench to tighten them.
Yep.
And if you lose that, I don't know what you did. I never had that issue with losing the key, but the wrench, but still, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I have I have a 60 Slingerland that I have set up at home, and just last week I dialed in my drum positioning, my tom-tom positioning. It took me about a half hour to do it. And I thought to myself, man, I'd love to play this kit out, but I would not use the tom holder. I'm using it at home because I have it set finally better than it's ever been set up before. I love it. It's great. But it took me a long time to get there because it's like the way it's designed, like you think it's going to be good and you put it on and it goes, ooh. Down slightly. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Then you have to overcompensate a little bit. And you're like, I have it perfect right now, and I don't want to move it, and it's set up at home, and that's the way it's going to be.